Good evening, and welcome to the great debate, girls versus golden girls. Who empowers us and who are a bunch of stunted, oppressed degenerates? As you entered the theater, you were given a list of possible topics for tonight's debate. Mr. Price and Ms. Mimoun will be asking for topics throughout the show, so please keep the list by your side. And now, please welcome Ms. Ilyse Mimoun and Mr. Matt Price.
Friends, esteemed colleagues, a former coworker that I saw at Ralph's who said he might come tonight. Welcome to the great debate, girls versus golden girls. Who empowers us and who are a bunch of stunted, oppressed degenerates? My name is Matt Price, and I'm honored to be debating a strong, empowering woman in her own right. Ms. Ilyse Mimoun. Did I mention my name is Matt Price? Not necessary. Now, Ms. Mimoun and I have debated many topics in the past. We've debated revenge of the nerds, morality tale, or affront to civilization. We've debated whether or not Ferris Bueller is a hero or a sociopath. And of course, we've debated the Smurfs, utopian society, or brainwashed cult. And while those were worthy, dare I say, crucial debates, none of them focused solely on women's issues. Now, I have fought Miss Mimoun time and time again to please debate something that pertains to women, and she protested, but finally she has relented, so thank you. Now let's get one thing perfectly clear. I am not a woman. I wish that I were, for they are clearly the stronger sex. Am I right, ladies? And I am not pandering to all the beautiful goddesses that are here in the audience, and you are all beautiful. No, I am merely a man who is cursed with not having a more nurturing heart, two wonderful bosoms, and a delicate downstairs area. So it goes without saying that I can never know what fully empowers a woman. However, since Ms. Mimoun and I had the pleasure of our last debate, my wife and I brought into the world a little girl. Her name is Hazel. And while it was important in my life to be surrounded by strong women before that, with Hazel in my life now, it is even more so. So if someone presented to me, perhaps the good Lord above, Jesus, if that is your preference, a scenario in which I could give advice to young Hazel, perhaps a group of people who could, mentor her, so to speak. If let's say, one of these groups was a group of caring, elderly women, nurturing women who talk to each other and have fun. Or perhaps another group of women who like to go to craft parties with the goal of having some hipster artist dig up their butt. I would choose the former route. And that route is the way of Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, and Black. AKA the Golden Girls. Dorothy, Blanche, Rose, Sophia. It's like I'm reading the names off of Mount Rushmore. But because women aren't allowed on Mount Rushmore, thanks to a male-dominated Congress, thank you for voting them in, Ms. Mimoun. They are simply the Golden Girls. Four strong, intelligent, sexually active women. Women who've loved and lost. Women who continue working into their 70s without complaint. Women who have sired children with problems, real problems, not how am I gonna finish my ebook problems, but actual dilemmas like I'm having a heart attack. Yes, I know there's a lot of pressure being the voice of your generation, but when you feel a shooting pain going down your right arm and smell toast, that's a real fucking problem. So tonight, I have the privilege, nay, the pleasure, nay, honor, speaking to you about the accomplishments of the Golden Girls and why they are more empowering than a bunch of women who get back tattoos and take their pants off at crack parties for no reason. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to see you as always, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to see you here tonight. And to invite you to consider what it really means to be an empowered woman. Does it begin, for example, by defining ourselves beyond our two wonderful bosoms and delicate downstairs area? I think it does. I think it's a lot more. Now, the good people at Dictionary.com define empowerment as promoting self-actualization. Promoting self-actualization. Wow. Wow, that sounds a lot like Hannah and her pals. Students, ballerinas, writers beginning their journey, seeking their full potential in a world where the messages to women are confusing, contradictory, and degrading. Hannah's coworkers tell her to dump her unsavory boyfriend, yet tolerate sexual harassment by her boss, huh? Shosh holds on to her wholesomeness until she's ready, right? And then is rejected for being a virgin. What? Now, in my own youth, I received contradictory messages. My high school boyfriend, Fritz Craner, told me he loved me, also said I had the body of a centaur. Mythical beast with a human torso and a horse's bottom. That is a permanently scarring memory. Anyway, my point is, Hannah and her friends are making decisions in a crazy world. They discover, they grow, they experiment, they regress, yes, and they move forward, and regress again, yes, but it's all about motion. And that is where empowerment lies. The girls golden, by horrific contrast, are stagnant, petrified in their stereotypical molds. Dorothy and Sophia in an abusive codependent way. Rose Nyland, still emotionally frozen on the farm. Blanche Devereaux, worshipping pitifully at the altar of youth and beauty like an aging Southern Kardashian. These women are not evolving, and they are not empowered. Now, I know Mr. Price, I know him well. He's gonna wow you with his charm, his personal stories, gonna dazzle you with terms like code red. Thanks. He's gonna try to tell you that the younger girls are degenerates. Why? Because they make mistakes. Because they have urinary tract infections. Because they aren't perfect. But it's not a perfect world, Mr. Price. It is a sleazy and horrifying world. Just turn on the television. Toddlers and tiaras? Rhinoplasty? Turn on CBS. Every woman is either a mutilated corpse or it's a show about Elliot Spitzer's wife, and she takes back Elliot Spitzer. Now, I know that Mr. Price doesn't want to face this as a father, but this is what Hazel will have to deal with when she gets out there. She's done with Clifford and the Caillou. And I am not suggesting that Hazel will literally follow everything Hannah and her friends do, but she will be empowered by the way Hannah and her friends grapple with life's challenges and grow as human beings.
Thank you, Ms. Mimoun. I would never call you a centaur, but your arguments, I'm sure, will prove to be equally mythical. Now, before we took the stage to begin our debate, you heard an announcement that by your side you should have a list of topics for tonight's debate. In the past, we haven't done an interactive debate such as this, but we thought it might be interesting to mix it up a little bit. So throughout the debate, we'll be asking you for a topic. We're going to do 7 total. Each one will be 5 minutes, and in between, we'll do a Q&A. So to begin, can we please have our first topic, please? Anything?
Stan Spornak.
Stan. Okay. Was that Stan? Was that Stan?
That was Stan.
Thank you very much, Stan. last name, too. I like what you're doing. I like you. Stan's Bornak. Well, Stanley, in American popular culture, is a troubled character. Stanley Kowalski, if you remember from A Streetcar Named Desire. Seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't lie. Stanley Kowalski was a troubled man. He abused his wife, raped her sister, horrible person. Stan, in the Eminem song, was so obsessed with Eminem, so obsessed, that he put his girlfriend in the trunk of his car. He drove off a cliff. Seems pretty troubling. Now, Stanley Zbornak, thank you again for providing the last name, is Dorothy's ex-husband. Now, Stan is a lout. He cheats on her. He cheated on her with the secretary. At one point, he admitted to cheating on her several times, and she had no idea. But guess what? The strong woman Dorothy did. God darn it, I love Dorothy. Dorothy did. She stood by her man for a while. And it was hard. It was hard to get away from Stan. You know why? I know, ladies. It's hard to get away from the bald man. I understand. But she gave him another chance. And Ms. Mimoun is going to waltz up here and tell you how pathetic she is. But I think she's a decent soul. I think it's empowering. Stan, at one point, had heart surgery. This is after they were divorced. He came to her, he said, Dorothy, I have nothing. I'm on my knees. She takes him in. She cares for him. She gives him soup. She lets Stanley stay with her for 2 months. All the Golden Girls do. They don't kick him on the street. And you know what? Stanley's nursed back to health and then sent on his merry way. It's pretty empowering.
I disagree. And I want to state for the record, Mr. Price's idea of empowerment for women is to be knocked up and impregnated by someone like Stan before finishing high school. Is that the case, Mr. Price?
I did not say that, no.
I pray that my little niece doesn't learn that lesson, friends. I literally pray that every night. Let's just look at this desperate, tragic relationship between Stan Zbornak and Dorothy. 38 years she gave him, and he throws her out for a teenage stewardess, and then she keeps taking him back over and over and over again. Now, had you said he's sick, she houses him for a week or two, I'd say fine. That was the goodness of her heart. But 2 months she lets him stay there? It's horrifying. Yeah, she makes her perfunctory little barbs. That's sort of Dorothy's escape valve from deep-seated tension and hostility. These merely create the illusion that she's defending herself. The true defense would be to kick him out, to let him go. You know who does that? Hannah Horvath. She kicks Adam out. He is unsavory. There's no arguments there. But she kicks him out. She calls the police. She gets him arrested. That's something we can point to young women today and say, that's an option. Get back to your book.
Ms. Mimoun.
Yes.
Ms. Mimoun, when we last see Hannah, who's the person that she calls?
Adam.
Okay, thank you. Now, that's one more thing. It's hard. Who has been in a difficult relationship? A relationship difficult to get out of? I know I have. I think Ms. Mimoun's raising her hand too. Okay? When I was in college, there was this woman who I loved. Okay?
She's Asian?
She was. There you go, Ms. Mimoun. He's offended. He's Asian. Sorry, Mr. Wu. We did not mean. Yes, she was Asian. That's not the point. The point is, she was very mean. Okay? Very pretty, but very mean. She broke up with me. I kept going back to her. She was mean like Stan. Broke up with me, moved to San Francisco. I grew a big beard, moved in with my parents, and waited tables at a make-your-own-pasta restaurant called the Dancing Noodle. It's hard, Miss Mimoun.
Yes, it is hard.
It's just difficult to get out of these.
I agree. The question is it difficult for Dorothy? Can we sympathize? The question is it empowering this lunatic tango dance she's strumming with Stan? And I say no.
I say yes.
38 years. 38 years, and then another 7. And then you know what she does? She marries Blanches. Thank you for being afraid.
You want to finish your thought?
Just want to finish my thought. After this thing with Stan, she marries Blanche's brother, who she knew for 3 days.
you, by the way?
I don't pander in the quest for truth.
No, you hurt. Monty sings the part. Thank you for saying that group of people. Monty, well, Monty, one of your beloved crew. I'm going to say right now, just straight up, I think Monty is awful. The things she does, girl, inexcusable. But let me set up the Monty sings at the party scenario. Monty, when we meet her, is dating a young fella named Charlie. You know, Charlie fronts a band in Brooklyn, which is basically just means he lives in Brooklyn. She breaks up with him. He loves her, like loves her. Not sure why. She's super hot, but he's really into her. She breaks up with him. Fine, big deal. We all break up with people. I got dumped, grew a beard. You've heard that before. However, later, Shosh and Ray tell Marnie that they run into Charlie, and Shosh says he invented this app, and he's made a ton of money. I know, right? Freudian. Made a ton of money, and Marnie's all like, what? Next thing you know, who's stalking Charlie at his office? No one said Marnie, but yes, Marnie. Marnie is. Marnie then goes to an office party that he has to celebrate a bunch of hits on his app or something. Embarrassing herself singing this song. Charlie afterwards has sex with her, tells her he still loves her, and she's like, oh, that's cool, because I'm in you too. And he's like, is it because of my money? And she's like, no. Oh, really? Bull fucking shit. That's all she wanted in the first place, was to go out with a rich dude to ground her. And is that empowering, Ms. Mimoun?
No, and that's not what she did.
To ground yourself, to moor yourself to a bag of cash. I can't get up. I'm going to a bag of cash. That's money. Sinking in the ocean of horribleness, tied to a bag of cash.